The past couple days on Twitch have been like biblical plague after biblical plague. It's just absolutely insane over here right now. I picked a horrible time to start Twitch streaming. Just go ahead and walk on by there. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, the past week or so on Twitch has been absolutely bananas. The dramas hitting the platform just keep ramping up like biblical plagues, getting worse and worse and crazier with each passing day, nay, each passing second. It is just wild on that platform right now. M. Night Shyamalan couldn't even write these twists if he wanted to. But as a new Twitch streamer myself, Luneist TV on Twitch, if you want to stop on by, I feel like I owe it to myself as well as anyone else who wants to listen to just lay out the timeline and summarize every drama that has been going on recently and just, explain it to my best ability. So the genesis for all this drama was Xqc not attending Shit Camp. And just in case you don't know what Shit Camp is, it's an event hosted by Cutie Cinderella. I believe they've had one in the past, and this was the second one that just recently happened. And he was supposed to show up. He was booked and saying he was going and everything, and then backed out last second, which is kind of a douchebag move. But honestly, if you know Xqc, I don't think he did it just to be like a thorn in their bosom, just like a little pain in their ass or anything. He just seems to be really bad at communicating himself, like his thoughts and what he's trying to get across. That was very prevalent with the Andrew Tate argument and all that kind of stuff. The man's not very good at talking to people, and I believe he said that himself. He's not good. He doesn't talk to people. He's literally just like a hermited up goblin. He doesn't talk to people. Overall, I don't think it was a massive deal, but yes, it obviously was a bad thing for him to do. It was pretty mean to do that to Cutie Cinderella, who put all the effort in to put this event together. But overall, I think it just boils down to a communication issue. And now, let's move on to the next drama, which also happened towards the end of Shit Camp. And this pertains to E-Rob, another big streamer. He was at Shit Camp, and towards the end of it, he was banned for threatening to beat up one of his longtime viewers, how I understand it. And he said he was going to beat them up at TwitchCon in his offline chat, which then prompted him to get banned on Twitch. But that's not where this ban comes to an end, because shortly after him getting banned for 7 days, Twitch decided to revisit this ban and upped it to a 30-day ban. And he tweeted this out and said, "Just got word from Twitch that my ban is 30 days. We'll see you guys on the 9th. He actually would have got banned for less time if he told that viewer he was going to butt pound him at TwitchCon and then streamed him butt pounding that viewer at TwitchCon. He would have got banned less time if he actually streamed him having sex with this viewer at TwitchCon in the bathroom or something, than just telling him he was going to beat him up, take his lunch money, and give him a noogie. That is absolutely crazy and just speaks absolute volumes to how horrible Twitch is right now and the state that Twitch is in as a whole. And I guess E-Rob was like the floodgates holding all the drama back, because once he got banned, once he was gone, doomsday and all hell just broke loose. And ever since he got banned, it's just been completely downhill, and it has no sign of stopping anytime soon. This is where we get into the pretty spicy drama. So the first crazy drama to come through the floodgates after E-Rob was eradicated was the Xqc and Adept drama, which was his girlfriend at the time. They live streamed their argument over Discord while Xqc was live in front of 120,000 viewers at the time. They were just pretty much going through relationship problems, arguing with each other, bickering back and forth, going over some pretty personal and very detailed things that shouldn't have been broadcast in the first place in front of an entire fan base that were just going hog wild, putting poggers in the chat and just eating every bit of that drama up. And that was kind of sad to see. It was very weird circumstances, very weird to see that happen. It's like watching your mom and dad have sex. It's like it's very intriguing, but you don't want to watch. You kind of want to look away, but you're like holding your ear up to the door. That was a horrible analogy. A better one would be a car crash. You want to look at it, but you also kind of want to look away, but you're going to look anyways and you're going to watch. That's what happened with that. Now we can move on to the next one that happened pretty much directly after. So people didn't even have time to digest that drama before the next one hit like a nuclear bomb just dropped on the whole entire town of Twitch. And this was about Slicker, the man who scammed his friends and his fans for over $3,000 in total. And in the shortest terms, without going into this super in depth, he was pretty much writing sob stories to his fans and friends. Basically, like when you're wanting to go out with your friends and you ask your parents for 20 bucks, like, hey, can you give me 20 bucks? We're going to the movies and stuff. Except replace 20 bucks with a couple thousands of dollars. And that's what he was doing. He was using sob stories like he was having bank troubles and asking all his streamer friends for money, and then also his fans, which people were giving him tons and tons of money. Like, they put a lot of trust in this man. They were giving him money, loaning it out to him, and he promised that he would return all the money back. But so far, he's returned little to nothing. Maybe some pocket lint, but he just took all their money and then put it into gambling because he has a serious gambling addiction. He's talked about this on stream and stuff. But pretty much he just got all that money, $300,000, and wasted it to fuel his gambling addiction. Which, that's a really sad situation. It's horrible. I hope he gets the help he needs, and I hope the fans and stuff get their money back. I believe it was Trainwrecks and Xqc, or no, not Trainwrecks. It was Xqc and Ludwig that said they're going to come together and try to refund everyone's money, get the money back to the people that had the money taken from them and didn't get it back like they were promised. So that is good. That's good that they're trying to do that. But now, the next day, on to the next drama. So within 24 hours after the Slicker drama lived a long and prosperous life for a piece of internet drama, there was a big movement from streamers to get Twitch's attention and remove gambling off of the site once and for all. People like Pokimane and Mizkif were tweeting hashtag Twitch stop gambling or something along those lines. I don't remember the exact hashtag, but they were pretty much wanting Twitch to remove gambling from the platform. Oh shoot, I just opened up YouTube and Charlie has made a video about huge Twitch drama, so that kind of throws a monkey wrench in my video. No one needs to watch this now, but I'm gonna make it anyways. I put too much time into laying out this timeline to not make this video. I'm just gonna act like he didn't make it, and I'm gonna keep making this. So, where did I leave off on? Okay, yeah, if you don't know how the Twitch ecosystem works, a bunch of big streamers on there, some of the biggest actually, are, you know, slots gambling streamers. So naturally this created a bit of bickering, a bit of back and forth between those streamers, like Mizkif and Pokimane, the people who are against it, and then Xqc and Trainwrecks, the people who do gamble on stream and are sponsored by gambling sites. They started doing these back and forths, and that also brought their fans to start, you know, waging their battles for them because of the the whole weird relationship they have with their favorite streamers. That's a whole nother topic, the parasocial relationships. That was pretty much your standard run-of-the-mill Twitter drama, though, just people bickering back and forth. You see it absolutely every day on Twitter. It's like seeing your poop in the toilet before you flush it. It's just a daily occurrence at this point. But now, a handful of hours after that, a new drama comes out that is continuing on a drama that is just developing constantly right now on Twitch regarding the chess community. And I made a video about this about a week or so ago, addressing the big controversy between the #1 chess player Magnus Carlsen and his opponent at the time, Hans Niemann. Both of these players are chess grandmasters, which means they're at the tippity top. But after their first match, Magnus Carlsen resigned from the tournament that they were playing in, which created a bit of you know, a whirlwind around Hans Niemann. People started accusing him of cheating using a device called the Sockfish, which is like this thing. It's like a foot insert you put in your shoe, and you tap this button to send vibrations to a chess engine, and then the chess engine feeds back information to you. And also, I found something out while looking into this drama even more. There was another leading theory other than the Sockfish where people thought he had anal beads up his butthole feeding him vibrations the same way the Sockfish was, but through his, you know, anal cavity, which that is a whole lot more goofy. And if that's true, I want that one to be true. But I want to reiterate, like I did in that video before, this is all just hearsay, just a bunch of, you know, conspiracies. It's just speculation, because Magnus Carlsen hasn't said anything, which leads to the follow-up of this drama that I mentioned a second ago. They had a rematch. They had a second match, which was streamed on Twitch, and after the second move, they only got 2 moves in when Magnus Carlsen just disconnected, left the game. This is the video from that.
D4, knight f6, c4, yeah, definitely. And what? No.
What happened? What?
No.
So Magnus Carlsen yet again tucks his tail and runs away like a scared little child running from his high school bully. Once again, not coming out and saying that Hans is cheating. He's just letting the chess community speak for him, which now the chess community is mad at him, rightfully so, because him doing that ruined the chess tournament that he was in. It doesn't just ruin that match, it ruins the whole tournament, because he's just this is the second time he's done the same exact thing, running away from a match, not saying anything, not explaining himself, not even coming out and saying Hans Niemann is cheating and that is why I'm leaving these matches and doing this in protest. No, he's just crossing his arms like a little child who's mad they got their toy taken away and they're just pouting at their mom and dad going, why don't you do something about it? Which is just such a dumb thing to do. It's like, since he thinks he's the #1 player in the world, that his farts smell better than everybody's, he's just acting like a spoiled brat. So until he actually comes out and says something about this situation, that's all we have to go on, is him leaving the matches and then, the speculation about the man cheating. Which, that's just speculation. He hasn't been confirmed. Oh, shoot. Hasn't been confirmed to be a cheater, so as far as we know, Magnus Carlsen's just being a baby. And then a couple more hand rotations on the clock, a few more hours after that. I know this feels like I'm speedrunning right now. I feel out of wind talking about all this. But Trainwrecks replied to Mizkif's tweet accusing him of some pretty hefty allegations regarding sexual assault, basically saying that he was complacent during the actions of it. And obviously this is a massive deal, because now this isn't just like Twitter beef. This isn't just an argument on Twitter. He's accusing us of a serious crime of taking place and Mizkif being complacent in that crime. So this has to be taken seriously. And as it turns out, the accusations of this sexual assault that Trainwrecks is speaking of were put against Crazy Slick, which is a roommate of Mizkif as well as a member of the same organization, OTK. And I'm not going to go into specifics because it's not really my place to tell a sexual assault victim's story. That's their story alone to talk about. I have no place to even say anything about it. All I'll tell you is her name is Adriana Lee. And this is her Twitch channel right here, Adriana Lee. You can go watch one of her VODs because she's talked about this situation. She's also went on other people's streams and talked about it. You can find her talking about it. Just listen to her story. This VOD's called Telling My Story For Real. So go watch that. I have no place to talk about it. Just hear what she has to say. So now let's hop, skip, and jump on to the next controversy. I was watching Xqc and Hassan argue back and forth on stream like they were middle schoolers at a lunch table when Twitch put an official statement out regarding gambling on their platform. They put this tweet out that says an update on gambling on Twitch. They say, so we'll be making a policy change update after, I can't read, it would really help if I could read this. So we'll be making a policy update on October 18th to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or DOS games that aren't licensed either in the US or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. These sites will include stake.com, rollbit.com, duelbits.com, and roobet.com. However, we may identify others as we move forward, but we will continue to allow websites that focus on sports betting, fantasy sports, and poker. We'll share specifics on the updates to our gambling policy soon, including the full policy language, to make sure everyone is clear on our new rules before they take effect on October 18th. And you should have seen Xqc's face when Ludwig told him about this live on stream. It was priceless. It was like the face of a little boy who just had his lunch money stole and his mother insulted at the same time. Just all emotion left his face, and it was sad, but also funny to see at the same time. But gambling has been massive on Twitch lately. I talked about it a minute ago. Especially slots, though. It's one of the biggest categories on Twitch, and the biggest names on Twitch are doing the gambling. And there's millions and millions of dollars that the gambling sites are pumping into these content creators, giving them millions, and then they're gambling with millions of dollars. And it's just so much money being tossed around. And the names mentioned in that Twitch statement right there, the sites that they're going to be banning, are the biggest sites that are sponsoring these streamers and giving them all that money. So this is absolutely huge, and in my opinion, a really good move for Twitch. So this means a lot of money is going to be lost for these streamers, as well as a lot of content, because most of these streamers, a lot of their content was the the slots partnerships that they had with these websites. So I'd say you can expect a lot more arguments to unfold on Twitter. Just, you know, keep your eyes peeled, or maybe just get off the platform. It's not a good place to be in the first place. And while I was finishing up this video, and while I was finishing up some points I wanted to talk about in this video, Xqc just put out a TwitLonger, an update to the situation regarding Slicker, as well as a separate situation where Osposaden, who Xqc used to be a cameraman of him, and Osposaden is also a banned Twitch streamer, and he tried to cancel Xqc by bringing up some old messages and stuff he said in the past. But let's just go over this TwitLonger real quickly to, you know, get an update on both of those situations. So Xqc says, "Hey guys, to update everyone, we found Crazy Slick. He has not harmed himself. After hearing about Adriana and the numerous other women who have shared their experiences with him, it's clear that he is not the person he made himself out to be. In terms of his living situation, Slick has been told to vacate our house as soon as possible. I appreciate and support those who were brave enough to come forward with their stories and about his behavior." And then he brings up some inexcusable statements he made on an alt stream after some chat messages got to him, where he was basically downplaying and saying what happened to Adriana wasn't a big deal, and he acknowledges that and says his intention was to clarify a misleading chat messages. He chose his words poorly, and his response came off as downplaying what should have never been downplayed, which that is very true. And then additionally, he adds, this is a separate controversy right here, I didn't touch on this, but he's trying to cancel Xqc for saying slurs and whatnot back in 2018, 2019 through Twitter text messages and whatnot. He says, "A series of private messages from 2018 have been posted where I said some reprehensible things. I've been open about my past many times on stream and will address it again here. I was dumb, edgy guy who said a lot of stupid things to my friends to try to come off as funny as cool. I can't change what I've said, but I can change who I am now and how I conduct myself. I'm proud of how much I've grown in the past 4 years, but I know there will always be room to improve." But now that is the end of all the controversy. I can finally take a breath of fresh air. I'm gonna have to go grab another energy drink to chug, because man, I'm exhausted. All my energy has just left my body and went into talking about this. Twitter and just Twitch drama in general drains my energy, and this was hard to get through. But this is the end. This is so far all the drama. I'm sure there'll be more to develop. This tweet from Ludwig, though, perfectly sums up everything that's been going on. Is from his conversion video where he leaves Twitch and goes to YouTube. He said, "This week on Twitch," and it's the Twitch car exploding. What a poetic ending. I'm out of here. I'll catch you next time.